Coach, very complete game. What'd you think about not only the pitching, but solid barrels?
Yeah, I thought we played good defense. Tough night to pitch. I thought our first couple homers were pop-ups that blew out of the ballpark, and that pitcher, their starting pitcher, is really good. Anytime you can punch out Hunter Haas on 3 pitches to start a game, that says a lot. And I thought Detmer did okay. He just didn't finish the hitters. He had a chance to finish and gave up 2 extra base hits with 2 strikes that were hit hard versus ours that blew out of the ballpark. But just really wanted to get Austin back in the game with a lead, because not knowing what the rest of this series is going to look like in terms of rain and getting games in, I wanted to make sure we had our best pitcher in the game, preferably with a lead, so that he was one. I thought he could get the right-hander out before whoever hit the home run in the center field, I think. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted Austin back in the game because I knew he'd keep the ball on the ground most of the time.
Career night for Trevor.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's since that Arkansas thing, he's been a different person. Has really been in a positive way, in terms of taking charge of the team, putting together great at-bats, just being right there, playing awesome defense, really coming into his own as a player.
I know you've spoken highly about him since you've gotten here. What is it like to finally see it come out?
I'm afraid to talk about it. I don't want to jinx it, but he's he's the most tooled out player that I've coached on a college team. Had a couple guys. Trey Turner's pretty good. I had on the USA team, but in terms of power and speed and arm strength, the ability to use the whole field to hit, it's just a matter of him being healthy and putting a swing on good pitches. And I think he's always been a prospect. I think he's turning into a player.
And Jace Lavalette, 2 home runs as well.
Yeah. I told Jace, that's awesome, 2 homers. That's really cool. But what's even cooler is 3 homers. so that's why we gave the lineup card to Trevor. But Jace, he got to a fastball, and then the guy made a mistake on a 2-strike breaking ball, and he did what he's supposed to do with it. So that's why he's in there.
Is Nathan still nursing a little bit of
No, not at all. He's up to 95. I thought he had really good stuff. He just he made a couple bad pitches with 2 strikes, and then got behind hitters, and he's just got to do better. He's got to get the lefties out. That's the big thing, is the lefties are swinging the bat well against him, and he's got to be able to either get his changeup going, or he's got to be able to bury that breaking ball down. And he's capable of doing that, but he just needs a little more tenacity to finish hitters.
And how cool was Brett stepping in?
Yeah, it was awesome. Really happy for him just to be out on the field again. And he's been through a lot, and he's only going to get better. He'll be fine.
Was there any expectation, or when did you kind of know he was good to go?
Early in the week, when he was hitting live off of machines and stuff like that, he was feeling good. It's just, as soon as I knew that it didn't bother him to swing and miss, then you're in a pretty good spot.
And just to have that first swing go out of the ballpark, how does that reassure the decision to play him, even though he's less than 100% and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think I didn't need any reassurance. He hit a home run yesterday in a simulated game against one of our guys, and he's staying on the baseball. That one he didn't hit that hard; it just blew out of the park. But he stayed on the ball, and he just needs at bats.
And with him being available to hit, what kind of options does it give you defensively and throughout the line?
That's the challenge. Is I hate giving up any defense anywhere on a team that already doesn't have elite pitching, right? So it actually helps it with Targac when the wind's blowing like that, because you just play deep, and the pop-ups are going to either blow to you or they're going to blow over the fence. So it's easier on days like that. So we'll play it day to day and mix and match it as to what we think the best matchup is for the pitcher and everything else.
Is there any surprise that he was back this early from the nature of the injury? Or?
Yeah, sure. He's got a pretty serious injury. He's going to probably have it fixed at some point before he can go on and continue to play. But we've been, I've had a couple guys like that at TCU. They play with those braces on, and they're able to hit. I've had them play it with their non-throwing shoulder, and they're able to play the whole field. Garrett Crane at TCU did that for a while, but on your throwing shoulder, it's a lot different.
And then 52 pitches for Afterbeck. What is his availability for the rest of the week?
I think he'd be okay to maybe give us something on Sunday. I think the bigger thing was Garcia got 4 outs and 8 pitches. You know, thankfully they were swinging there early in the 9th inning, and he got out the really good freshman for them. That was a big play in the game too.
Jim, I think these last 3 times I've seen y'all, it's the best you've looked all year. I mean, do you sense a little bit something different about this team right now versus maybe even 2 weeks ago? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe some urgency. I think right before you got here, we were talking about Trevor. I mean, Trevor, you know, we're throwing the ball around the field at Arkansas down 8-0, and Trevor calls everybody together behind the mound, and he calls everybody together in the dugout, and you know, he's never been much of a vocal guy, but he's certainly not only has he been vocal, but he's backed it up with his play. And so I think that when you have an anchor like that in the middle of your lineup and an older player leading the team, you know, I think that helps you.